During this next segment, we'll discuss the different higher education opportunities that will be available to you once you achieve your undergraduate degree in supply chain management.
If we were talking maybe 10 years ago or even 7, the options were you would leave your current job, you finished an undergraduate degree, work for 3 to 5 years, and then you would look around and say, really to advance, maybe I want a clean break. I'm just going to stop. We're going to take this vow of poverty, as we call it, and I'm going to go back to school and get my MBA. And that certainly is one of the tracks that a person has available to them today. We have a professional MBA, which is what we would refer to as those working, men and women who are, carving out some time along with their companies that are sponsoring them in many cases, and they will do that Thursday or Friday, Saturday. They do a lot of distance and virtual in terms of getting that MBA degree, and that's another avenue that we could take. And then depending on specialty that you might want to do, we also have in supply chain what we call this executive global supply chain degree. And that is definitely a higher level. Someone that may not, after 3 to 5 years, have decided I need to get a master's degree. This person may have spent that time inside their organization, cross-functional positions, and they may have been in the working world for maybe 10 years plus, and that person would be someone that I'd say a company is grooming for a director's position or even higher in terms of perhaps a corporate officer level. And they would take that route in terms of the global supply chain, the executive one. And it's very different as well in terms of what's involved in that. All of those are different. There are a lot of avenues that one could take to get a master's degree. It's interesting because whether it's one of our students that finished that master's level or it's other students that we come into contact with, there are those that we recognize in them that they have this quest for and thirst for knowledge. And we say to them, at some point in time, I'd like to have a conversation with you about getting a PhD. And it's very different because our PhD program is designed to really, I think, provide people an avenue to go into academia, which means that they are going to be researchers and teachers. And while the master's degree will prepare you to go back into business and industry and be a leader there, it really is a transformation to a career of another type, the PhD program. We have what we consider to be one of the leading PhD programs, and it's really tied to the faculty, the research that they're doing, because it really is true that one would need to either publish or perish. And I look at that as a good thing because that whole dissemination of knowledge is really what keeps us relevant, and it is that research that we bring back into the classroom at the undergraduate and at the graduate level, and without that, we're teaching what other people know. And so we have to be on that forefront of that knowledge discovery, and that's what the PhD program is about. So we bring in these students and we work hand in hand with them. We are really, we consider that to be an apprenticeship to become a professor themselves. And so it really starts that whole process of how does one take what is applied knowledge that you've gained in industry for all these years, and then how do we turn it back into this whole theory so that we know more, we discover more, and move in that direction.